Hi, welcome to Training Tip Tuesday. My name is Linda Kwan, and I am the owner and trainer at Wow Bow Wow. So today's topic is why your dog does not listen to you. Now, you know as well as I do, there are no bad dogs. I've been involved with dogs, rescues, and fostering for about 8 years. What came naturally was wanting to learn more about dog behavior and how best to train them to live in our world. So I went out to educate myself, and one of the enterprises that evolved was Wow Bow Wow, where I can help educate other pet parents on how to understand and train their dogs, as well as help them with other issues that may arise. So for our topic today, what are the top reasons why your dog may not do what you ask them to do? Well, the first one is they may not understand the cue that you're asking them to do. A second very likely reason is maybe they're too excited, overwhelmed, or distracted. So how can we help your dog become a better listener? As I mentioned, the first possible reason is that your dog does not understand the cue. Your dog learns by association and through consequence, whether it be positive or negative. If they are rewarded for a behavior, they are more likely to repeat the behavior. And if they experience an unpleasant consequence, they are more likely to avoid it. A prime example that most of us can probably relate to is your dog jumping on people. Now, how did that get reinforced? Think about it. Well, if their dog is jumping on you and you're like, oh, what a cute puppy! What a cute puppy! Well, you know what? That's been reinforced. And so they like what they're getting. They like the results, which is attention and loving. So they are more likely to repeat it. Now, if you want to change that behavior, right, you need to proactively and intentionally repeat reinforcement for the desired behavior. And in this case, it may be asking them to sit. Your dog will make the connection between your cue and the behaviors. And so, you know what? I bet if you've been telling your dog to get off or whatever, subsequently, I bet your dog is not being stubborn, but they just do not understand what you are asking them to do. So by practicing what you finally accomplish is a way to clearly communicate with your dog. And by taking the time to practice with your dog, you're establishing this wonderful, trusting bond. Now, to make learning more fun for your dog and yourself, you can also gamify your training. We will talk more about this in another Training Tips Tuesday. Now, the second reason that your dog may not be a good listener is that they are too excited and overwhelmed in the environment. They cannot hear you. So what you need to do is set up the environment for your dog to succeed and make good choices. Start your training in your home where your dog finds it quiet and safe. And as your dog becomes successful, you may increase the difficulties at your dog's pace. There are 3 areas you can focus on, and that is distractions, duration, and distance. It is important to only increase difficulty in one of these areas at a time. Practice getting your dog to do behaviors they know really well as people, dogs, and vehicles go by, as well as, other distractions. If you notice your dog getting worried or excited, increase your distance from the distractions. You can also work on building your dog's ability to remain in a chosen position, like sit and stay, for a longer duration. Initially, this might be a few seconds, but you can gradually increase the duration so that your dog is able to settle on a blanket or sit at a crosswalk. Now, distance is the third. So that could be where you're asking your dog to stay and you're changing distances gradually. Or you could be asking your dog to do a specific cue, like sit, from different distances. Either way, build up in small increments so that your dog is successful. Well, thank you for joining me for Training Tip Tuesday. I hope this was helpful. In future training tips, I will cover specific cues, prevention ideas, human skills, problem-solving suggestions, and so much more. Please share what works for you and your dog in helping them be better listeners. Show us a video practicing with your dog, and use the hashtag TrainingTipTuesday. Until next Tuesday, happy training.